So this is going to be a hop clover, and it's got that yellow budding flower on it. So I think it's either a large hop or small hop clover. This stuff just spreads. I mean, look at this. It's just like a ground cover, right? It's just very invasive, and they're hard to treat. You can use different herbicides. Sometimes you have to use multiple applications. I mean, even your Weed Be Gone Spectricide may not be enough, or if it is, you're gonna have to do it a couple times. Sometimes it helps if there's small areas, if you can dig up most of the root system, but that's just gonna take a lot of time, right? So you can use like a product like Speed Zone, T-Zone, or even something like a Trimec to kind of control some of these clovers. There's so many different types, and this stuff here, with especially with the yellow on it, it can be often misconstrued for wood sorrel, or oxalis is what they call it. But there's just so many different types and varieties of these ground cover weeds, so it's very, takes a little bit of time and research to kind of look at some of the specs as far as zooming in on the leaves and seeing exactly what it is, because there's a lot of different or very similar, I should say, weeds that look alike. So over here I have, this is going to be a white clover, and it's kind of got like a white, let me zoom in on it so you can see it a little bit better. Looks like it's mostly white, but it's got some very little bit of pink in it. But again, this is another type of clover. And the clover seems to be very identifiable by they have a prominent vein that's running through the main, right here, you can probably see it a little bit better right there. That's running through the leaves. Different sizes. So that's gonna be your white clover. Okay, over here, we're gonna have some ground ivy. And so you can, it's got the purple budding flower on it, or this is also known as Creeping Charlie. So this stuff is another really invasive spreader and harder control. So my pre-emergent, helped a little bit, but this stuff is just tough to maintain and control. So you'll need some of those stronger herbicides to take care of it. Over here, we have, this is wild violet. Now this violet actually, it can come in blue. I don't see any budding flowers on it yet, but it's a winter perennial, and it's usually March to June, I think, is when it starts to appear. Usually in the central and eastern parts of the U.S. Now, depending on what zone you're in, these germinate anywhere from August to November. But the biggest difference with this compared to the Creeping Charlie or ivy, I feel like these leaves right here, they kind of curl in a little bit, and they're more heart-shaped, and they're a little bit bigger from what I've noticed compared to, so there's your violet. You can see how it kind of curls in almost like a cone. And then again, your ground ivy or Creeping Charlie. So back to the violet, you can see the stolons on here and rhizomes. I mean, these things just spread like crazy. Thought I had another one somewhere so I could show you another example, but oh, here's a good example. So right here you can see more detail on how it looks with the root system. It's just a very fibrous type of root system, so you can tell how they just kind of spread. I mean, look at that. Another harder to control ground cover type, but I just wanted to go over some of the differences between some of these, so you can kind of see what's the difference between the clover and the Creeping Charlie, and then the violet. Over here I have some plantain that I found. I have the red roots on here. This just seems like almost like a cabbage type, very thick broadleaf weed. So found a little bit of that in my lawn, and there's some more of it there. So it's just kind of interesting to see, you know, a little more detail and close-up of some of these to identify. Hopefully this helps you guys out. But just wanted to kind of show you some of the differences between the clover, and some of these, you know, can be mistaken for some other weeds and ground cover. So just keep that in mind, and a little bit about what to look for. But all in all, that's about it. Stay tuned for more videos, and please be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.